Brain Myths presents The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey. Interested in learning the keys to success? This classic self-help book from 1989 by Stephen R. Covey teaches you how to change the way you view the world and better understand your own definition of success in order to become a more effective person in all aspects of your life, not just in business. Since its release, the book has sold more than 25 million copies worldwide. Its success may be attributed to Covey's attempt to encourage readers to adopt a set of timeless and universal values that will help them form habits that can be used in any circumstance. His book aims to change your character and perspective on the world rather than providing you with a set of rules or principles to follow. Your actions and responses to various situations are then influenced by this. Here, there is no quick fix. The example of getting lost in a new city is used in the book. If you have a negative paradigm, you will perceive it as a frustrating waste of time. It will seem like a thrilling adventure to someone with a positive paradigm. Covey's 7 highly effective habits. People try to change your character so that you have a more optimistic perspective on the world. The titles of these habits can seem a little cryptic at first, so we've tried to unpack them for you. 1. Be proactive. According to Covey in this chapter, many people are reactive rather than proactive, letting outside factors dictate how they act, taking responsibility for their decisions and behavior. You can be a more effective person by focusing on the things that you can actually control, your circle of influence, and not worrying yourself with things you can't change or influence. This is different from blaming the world for your problems or letting other people's behavior or even bad weather dictate your mood. 2. Begin with the end in mind. According to Covey, every action you take is actually followed by a second one. When you imagine doing something for the first time, and again when you actually carry it out in real life. He gives the building of a house as an example. Prior to beginning construction, you must first visualize the house and create detailed plans for its layout and materials. You would probably make a lot of expensive mistakes if you didn't first make the plans. The takeaway is that you are more likely to succeed if you first visualize an action and its desired results rather than just moving forward, possibly in the wrong direction. This is the distinction between efficiency and effectiveness. If the final result is not what you really want, there is no point in completing many tasks quickly. 2. Put first things first. Prioritization is the key to this behavior. The most crucial things must be identified, and they must always come first. But how do you determine what's most crucial? Each of these 4 quadrants is used by Covey to group tasks. He advises concentrating on Quadrant 2 first, because these are the things that will have long-term benefits and advance your main objectives. You will eventually see fewer tasks in Quadrant 1, which most people mistakenly think is the most important task, the more you concentrate on these. Naturally, the tasks in Quadrant 1 should be completed first, but Covey advises always working on the tasks in Quadrant 2 on the side, a little bit each day. 4. Think win-win. All of life is a negotiation. Many people look for a win-lose outcome when dealing with others. Every interaction, whether it be at work or in their personal lives, is viewed as a contest. On the other hand, effective people understand the value of ensuring that everyone receives a fair share of the pie and cultivating fruitful long-term relationships. You'll get better results if you approach every situation with the intention of negotiating until both parties are satisfied. According to Covey, relationships are like emotional bank accounts. This implies that each time you interact with someone, you are either adding money to or taking money out of that account. Finding a win-win solution or paying attention to someone properly could serve as payment. A withdrawal might involve breaking a promise, pursuing a lose-lose outcome, or merely pretending to pay attention. The most significant deposit you can make into someone's emotional bank account is by making an effort to truly comprehend them and learn what matters to them. 5. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. According to Covey, most people listen with the intention of responding rather than understanding what is being said. He says that most of the time we don't really listen to people but instead project our own problems onto them and assume that their thoughts and feelings are the same as our own. We then give them advice on problems that are unsolvable. People rarely rely on the advice of someone they don't feel truly comprehends their needs or the circumstances. To intellectually and emotionally comprehend others, you must listen intently and put yourself in their shoes. To get the full picture, pay attention to both what they are saying and how they are acting. People won't start to genuinely trust your opinions and guidance until that point. 6. Synergies. In essence, synergy means that when two things are combined, the result is greater than the sum of the two individual parts. Working together, 1 plus 1 can actually equal 3 or more. It's always preferable for people to cooperate and use one another's unique strengths to overcome a challenge than to fight and try to do it alone. You must respect, trust, and comprehend one another in order to achieve this. 7. Sharpen the saw if you want to keep sawing. The 7th habit is all about getting better at yourself. Your tools may be sufficient for the task, but if you never take the time to sharpen them, they will lose their effectiveness over time. Covey compares it to a lumberjack felling trees. If the lumberjack keeps felling trees without stopping to sharpen his saw, eventually the saw will become blunt and he won't be able to do it. The main takeaway from this passage from Stephen Covey is the necessity of self-care, including maintaining physical fitness, your emotional well-being, your mental well-being through knowledge expansion, and your social well-being through positive interpersonal relationships. Give yourself time to recharge instead of working flat out all of the time, and in the long run you'll be a far more effective person. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and tell your friends about it so we can make more like it. Click the subscribe button to see more content like this, and don't forget to activate the notification bell. Check out our other videos as well if you haven't already. Thank you for watching.